Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, New Jersey. Better. Thank you to the voters of District 29, first and foremost, for re-electing me into office, the great city of Newark, the township of Harrison and East Newark, it just happened, East Newark, and grateful that finally my election was certified, because for a little bit there it was touch and go. I don't know if I was gonna be here today. That was a joke, y'all. And making its way to finally mark today, which is the anniversary of my 16th year in the New Jersey Legislature in public service. I started when I was 10. To Senate President Nicholas Scutari for selecting me again as his partner, to all of you for electing me as your majority leader, thank you again for your vote of confidence, for your partnership, and for your willingness to serve in the House. Congratulations to all my new colleagues. Welcome to the big house, even though ironically we are in the bigger house right now. And to my returning colleagues, thank you again, and I look forward to serving with you in 2024. But most importantly, I want to thank all the families who are here today. Oftentimes people think that public service is about titles and some lucrative things, and the truth is that many of us juggle a lot of things, and oftentimes it's at the backs of our family's expense. Today in this chamber, I heard the most beautiful noises ever. Little children crying, making noise, clapping, because that's what we're all about. We're here to serve, but I want to thank all the families for making the sacrifice and for sharing all of us with the Garden State. In particularly some special members who are here today: Silver, Lali, Daniel, Dimitri Jr., Damascus, Davian, that was all Brittany's house right there. Jordan, Liana and Leo, Alexandra and Isabella, Declan, Kaid, Valentina, Callahan, Tori, and Joseph. Thank you for being here, and thank you for having all of your grandpas or your moms and your dads or your grandmas sharing with us. So I lost my place. We have done many great things here in the state of New Jersey, and as you heard the Senate President go through a list of all of the things that really are moving the line and improving the quality of life for our families. We expanded our school lunch programs. We're making New Jersey more affordable for our families. We created child care tax credits. We passed laws to address gun violence, protected women's body autonomy so that my daughter and all of the daughters to come will have the same rights that our parents and our mothers had here in the state of New Jersey. Expanded maternal health care initiatives, worked on policy that will help foster better academic outcomes, created a better network of early childhood infrastructure and supported and reinforced them because they are part of one of the cogs that makes the economic development structure work here in the state. Created a mental health diversion program, so instead of incarcerating someone who's committed a low-level crime, that person gives their time, does their time, but also gets to the core of what their issues are, and that we wrap around services to give that person a second chance at life. And yet there is still so much to do. There was a headline this week that said, food pantries and soup kitchens still had lines with bustling families. Not the traditional people that you see at these places, or what you think you would see at these places. Working families that go into a supermarket and perhaps can't make ends meet. We still have a lot of work to do. And we have a crisis on our hands, and I repeat it every single opportunity that I can grab a public mic and share it with you. More than close to 50% of our general population in the state of New Jersey in 3rd and 4th grade are not reading at grade level. And when you peel back, African American and Latinos are at 75 and 76%. That is a crisis that if we don't make an investment here today, starting today, that all of our committees will be in extraordinary overdrive because the policy of being reactive will have to kick in. Let's show the country how New Jersey is making investments at the front, making investments in the womb, making investments in the community, protecting that individual, supporting her, doing access to early childhood and universal preschool, making sure that we have greater access to academic outcomes regardless of our zip codes. And for once, stand up in this country and say, we're not #1 public schools in the country, we're #1 for closing the achievement gap. And so, you know, there was a baby that was crying earlier. I think it was one of Brittany's babies, and I don't know if anybody heard. I'm not picking on you, Senator. But it kind of felt like how many of us felt here last night, quite frankly. It was late. And a lot of times people ask me, well, why do you keep getting on the turnpike? I said, I do it because not every single child has what my daughter has. A foundation, a support system, a structure. Not every woman in the state of New Jersey has what I have. Opportunity to grow in my own endeavors. And so my responsibility here is that every time we talk about policy, that the lens of that person who doesn't have a voice, that can't communicate quite as clearly as some of us, that doesn't have a seat at the table, is offered a layer of protection and really a framework to create upward mobility. Because every single person in this chamber, regardless of party, age, demographic, or who they love, wants one thing: to improve the quality of life for the next generation that they're bringing into this state. I want to thank several people who are here today, my mentors and my extended family, State Chairman Leroy Jones, County Executive Joe DiVincenzo, my North Ward Democratic family, my staff, Leah and Yvonne. Yvonne has been with me since day one, and I don't know how she does it, but she continues to do it. The Senate Majority Office, and everyone should give them a round of applause. They make us look impeccably great. To my Senate President for his confidence in making me his partner again, even though maybe the last 2 years I made him get an extra gray hair or so. And all of you for your vote of confidence. To my family at home, to my husband and partner in love and life, who when I'm down here, he was putting curlers in my daughter's hair last night. It was epic, it was perfect. To my daughter, who I think understands what her mom was doing to some degree, because she repeats a lot of the things that I say, and she recognizes that even though sometimes it's a Saturday or after work and I have to leave, she knows that we're trying to do better together. To all of the women in the room, elected or not, you'll be challenged. You'll be asked to repeat yourself 7 times before someone hears what you're saying. You might have to do it 2 or 3 times. Over. We're few and far between sometimes in these spaces, but let it be clear, we are the hand that rocks the cradle. We are the givers of life. We are the ones that can epically make a change in the state and in this country. Together, collectively, we can move the Garden State in a better directions. Para mis hermanas que se encuentran aquí, lucha siempre para adelante, no deja a nadie que te ponga en segunda categoría, que no te sientan sentir mal, que siempre coja el orgullo que tú tienes adentro and have it resound from your soul as loud as the Golden Dome can be seen off of the turnpike. So to all of you, to your families, congratulations, thank you, and let's continue moving policy forward.